Hey Scorpio, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast. This is labeled as a reading for the 21st through the 27th, but you might see it at some other time, some later dates. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Happy birthday to the Scorpios closing out Scorpio season. The last Scorpios of Scorpio season. But we're going to see here what is coming up in the week ahead. We've got a new moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd. So we'll also see what new moon vibes are bringing Scorpio's way. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up here for Scorpio's sun, moon, and rising. First card that we have coming up here is the World. I love it. Major Arcana. So you guys have heard me say Major Arcana cards come up when it's a new chapter in our life. It's a significant defining moment. And Major Arcana energies are going to be around for a while. So it's not something that's going to get wrapped up in a 7-day period of time. Okay. So we are still in that energy from the lunar eclipse in Taurus. This could be going through the next 6 months for some of you. This World card energy. Now, the World card is completion. It's the closing out of karmic cycles. Like, we're done. We're done with the karmic cycles. We passed the test. Now is the graduation. Now is the elevation, the ascension. Now is the, like, being out there and receiving. Okay? World card for me comes up a lot of the times when, like, you're learning to love yourself, all of yourself, be comfortable in your own skin, and be in this energy of receiving and receiving the credit you deserve, the attention that you deserve. Scorpios can, and I'm saying this as a fellow Scorpio, I'm not saying this like in a mean or judgmental way. Scorpios can sometimes be a bit like secretive or like to be in the shadows. Heck, I don't even show my face on camera, you know? So sometimes us Scorpios can like to just kind of do our own thing and be left unbothered and just kind of like be in the shadow, and we're good there. But the World card coming up, Scorpio, some of you are going to find yourselves over the next few months being out and visible more in the work that you're doing, in your personal life. So it's coming into a season where it's time to be seen now. If you are doing something on social media, this could also indicate going viral or getting a significant increase or significant exposure online. Those of you who are doing things focusing on business or career may find that you're tapping into some kind of international market. Maybe you're going international in your work. Maybe your business is going international and you're going to be reaching more places. You might be landing a job that's allowing you to relocate to another country or travel and go to other countries because of your work. But there could be something here in regard to travel. One more thing I want to say about this card before we move on, and it's so funny that this card came up because I wasn't gonna say this. And I was like, oh, I'll just let it go and I'll work it into the reading another way. And then I saw the World card and I was like, okay, all right, I'll say it. I hear you, Spirit. It was the funniest thing. I sat down to do the Scorpio reading, and I haven't even thought of this song in years, and I'm totally dating myself here. For you younger people might not even know this song, but there was a song by Pink. I think it was in the 90s or early 2000s, maybe, called "There You Go." It wasn't 90s. It was like maybe around 2000. I don't know, or early 2000s. But there was a song here called "There You Go," and it's like, "There you go, looking pitiful just 'cause I let you go," and the video is like, it's like a Scorpio revenge fantasy, and she like rides this motorcycle and jumps off it, and the motorcycle goes crashing into the guy's high-rise apartment window, and I don't know, it's just the craziest thing. Sometimes the world card comes up for me when we're looking at our manifestations and the way that we're manifesting. And we may be manifesting where we're trying to see like this perfect version of ourselves. And we're putting this message out to the universe where it's like, I'm going to have all these things when I'm this different version of me. But then we're telling the universe, I don't deserve this stuff until I look this way, or until I act this way, or until I achieve this particular thing. And we put our manifestations far away from us. Another way we block ourselves in manifesting is when we're manifesting out of revenge fantasies. And so maybe some of you Scorpios may be like having these mind movies, these visualizations of the things you're trying to call in, and the way that you're wanting to have like this, cosmic, karmic justice in your life. And you may be envisioning these things in your mind, running them through your mind, things that you're wanting to manifest and experience. But number one, you might be seeing yourself in a completely different version of you, which puts the realization of the manifestation further away from you. You have to see them happening for you now in this moment, because who you are in this moment is just as worthy as this alternate version of yourself. Secondly, revenge fantasies. This can be a massive block, okay? And, as a Scorpio, I will say sometimes it can take a lot to push a Scorpio to that level. People think Scorpios go around stinging people for no reason, or, are very spiteful or very vengeful. And I don't, maybe in my younger years I was quick to sting, and maybe I did have a lot of vengefulness. But I think that Scorpios, when they're doing their work and they're focusing on themselves and their healing, they're not necessarily quick to sting. They're not necessarily vengeful. It might take a lot to push a Scorpio in that direction, a healthy, healed Scorpio. But maybe there's just something that like you're wanting justice, and you're just wanting to stick it to this person, and you're wanting them to be sorry. And even with the song that came up, it's like, like she's telling the guy, like, I've already replaced you, there's already a new man, you're pitiful, like you're garbage. And we want to avoid that energy. We want to avoid like having to put somebody down to feel healed or to feel good about ourselves. So I'm just asking you to do some honest self-reflection here, and maybe just try to realize if somebody has hurt you, if somebody has wronged you. um, I'm not telling you it's okay and you should put up with it. I'm not telling you, oh, just forgive and understand. And I'm not telling you to tolerate it. But I am encouraging you not to harbor resentment, and to understand whatever this person did, they did from their own wounds, right? They're hurt and they're causing or creating hurt. And it can be very liberating when we don't take that personal. And we can just say, oh, I don't like this energy. I don't like what this person did to me. So I know that I can cut myself off, but I'm not going to go around acting like everybody's replaceable. I don't need anybody. I can buy you and sell you. Like, we want to avoid that kind of thinking, because it makes it really hard to create connection, emotional intimacy, loyalty, commitment. And those are the very things Scorpios crave. So just maybe check in with your heart here, and see kind of like what energetic emissions you're putting out from your heart at this time. Ooh, we have the Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay. Now, traditionally, Queen of Wands could be a fire sign person, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign person, closing out some kind of cycle with a fire sign person. If you have fire sign placements, you might be focusing on those houses or areas of your life. We are coming into Sagittarius season this week, the new moon in Sagittarius. So you really may be picking up on that fire energy and tapping into those Sagittarius vibes. But for me, the Queen of Wands comes up in readings a lot of the time when the person I'm reading for You're about to come into a time where you have a lot of anger coming to the surface. A lot of anger coming to the surface. And this could be why the whole revenge fantasy message came up. Because I can tell you right now, I'm a Scorpio too. And sometimes these weekly forecasts, there's messages in them for me. And the things that come up happen for me in the week. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, well, this week's message wasn't for me. I don't feel angry right now. And maybe you don't either. But we'll see. There could be something happening with this new moon. Maybe we have memories from the past coming up. Maybe things happen that upset us or make us angry. But this is the thing about the Queen of Wands. It kind of comes up when you begin to realize what you have to offer and what you're bringing to the table, and how much you've been lowballed in your life, or how much people have taken advantage. I can tell you that a lot of people in my personal life are very against the work I do, very against it, constantly criticizing about it. But if they need to borrow money, they have no issue. They have no problem borrowing money that I made doing work that they're very against. And so it could be that kind of situation where you begin to see like there's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of criticism of you. There's a lot of complaints about you. But then when it comes to they need you, right? Like, well, then they need you. And then it's like, where's the praise, or where's the appreciation? So there could be this kind of dynamic for some of you. Queen of Wands comes up for me when you begin to realize how much other people are benefiting from you, and that you're getting back very little in comparison, and you stop accepting that. You get to the point where you're like, I know what I bring to the table, I know what I offer, and I'm not going to be okay with this minimum exchange anymore. Maybe in work situations, you go in and you give 200%, but your paycheck isn't 200%. And so you may be breaking out of that cycle of like overworking, over delivering, and being undercompensated. And the thing that I see happen with this anger coming to the surface, it brings you into a healthy sense of entitlement, where you know your worth, you know you deserve more, and you stop settling for less, and you aim higher and you reach higher. And you end up getting that thing very very quickly, because you're so motivated, you're so fueled. Anger in itself is not negative. Anger in itself is not toxic. It's what we do with it, it's how we apply it that can make it productive or destructive. And so Queen of Wands I associate with productive anger. Anger that we're tapping into and using to create instead of to destroy, or to bring down, or to put somebody else down. Some of you maybe are feeling betrayed by someone or a situation, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to invest my time and my energy on me. I'm going to invest my time and energy on improving me, making myself better, going after the things that are going to make me happy. So you may be coming into a productive season as a result. The next card that's coming up here for the Scorpio collective is the Six of Cups. There could be reconciliation. You may be making up with this person, right? So, or you may just be releasing and realizing, I don't have to internalize this. If this person hurt my feelings, or if this person wasn't there for me the way that I've been there for them. But you know what? They're there for me in their capacity. And I can't expect them to have a different capacity. I can't expect them to show up in a bigger way than what they are literally capable of giving me. But now that you know that capacity, you can protect yourself and you can protect what you're offering. And maybe you might decide, well, I'm going to give freely. I'm going to give freely to this person, even though their capacity doesn't match my capacity. I'm not going to hold back. And you may be generous in that way. Other ones of you might say, well, now that I know where their capacity is, I'm going to meet them at that capacity, right? I'm going to give to them the same level they're giving to me, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But when we can understand other people's limitations, other people's wounds, other people's issues, it makes it a lot easier not to get our feelings hurt. And it makes it a lot easier not to internalize things or take things personally. And it also helps us know like how to deal with that person, like where to meet them. Are we going to allow this person in our life? If so, okay, well, now we know where to meet them. Now we know what we're working with. Now we know how we can have a fair and balanced exchange. So there could be reconciliation here. You may be making up with this person. For some of you, it could be a family member or a younger sibling, or someone that you've maybe been like parental figure to. Maybe it's a child. But when I say child, I would say like grown child. I don't mean like a 4-year-old or something. But there could be here reconciliation and just, being able to get over this. Six of Cups can be also like nostalgia, coming into nostalgic energy, inner child stuff. Some of you may be processing things from childhood. Um, uh, I know for me personally, over the past few months, I've had like a series of repressed memories come up that have been really tripping me out. And I'm like, wow, I really pushed that down. Wow, I really stored that away. And so for some of you, this could be things that are coming to the surface to reconcile within yourself, right? To reconcile within yourself as you're clearing, as you're releasing, as you're opening up to receive. We are coming into new moon energy. New moon brings new things into our life. The Taurus lunar eclipse is going to be bringing us a lot of stability and security and permanence. And so there could be things you're reconciling within yourself from your childhood. You may be having a lot of memories come to the surface. And know that when this is happening, it's happening because your psyche, your higher self, is letting you know, hey, you're ready to look at this now. Like you're strong enough, or you're mature enough, or like you can handle this right now. We packed it away because we didn't know what to do with it before, but now you're at this place where you know what to do with this, and you can release it. You can release it. And so, even though this is a new moon, Scorpio, for some of you, it could feel like a full moon energy and a sense of things that are coming up that you're releasing and letting go. But you're very clear about what you want in its place, and that can lead to fast manifestation. That's a positive thing. Woo! And our last card. I love it. It's you, Scorpio. And you guys know that for me in my readings, if I'm reading for a zodiac sign and your major arcana card comes up, it's you coming into your authenticity. It's you taking back your power. And I feel a lot of you Scorpios may be under like loyalty, because Scorpios can be very loyal, fiercely loyal. Maybe you've found yourself in people pleasing situations, or in situations where you over deliver or you over give, and so you may be taking back your power from those kinds of situations, or from long extended compassion, maybe to certain people who keep disrespecting you, but then like wanting things from you. So it could be just where we're ending that cycle. We're breaking out of that cycle. Some of you Scorpios may be breaking out of patterns or cycles of codependency. But for me, when your major arcana card comes up, you're taking back your power. You're coming into your authentic self. You're breaking away from the programming and conditioning of your childhood, and you're reconnecting with who you are, like who you truly are on a soul level, who you are by nature, living your best life unapologetically without concerns or worries about the thoughts or opinions of others. You're doing you, and you're very happy about it. So this is taking back your power, Scorpio. This is you really fully stepping into who you are and being in your power, and closing out the old cycles, and the phoenix rising from the ashes, coming into the new life. One way of life is ending, and a new way of life is beginning, right? You're letting go of what it's time to let go of, so you can have the new experience, right? Like what is meant for you moving forward, and what is going to honor you. So Scorpio, a lot of you are focusing your attention away from people, places, things that you have felt responsible for, and you're putting that energy into yourself instead. And the sky is the limit once you begin doing that, right? It's this phoenix rising from the ashes energy. It's this resurrection. It's this new life. There may be some nostalgia and anger coming up in the process. You may be remembering things from childhood as a part of the clearing. But know and understand that there's this really significant clearing that's being initiated for the new that is coming in. Like your life is forever changing. The World card with the Death card, your life is forever changing. It might not all happen in the next 7 days, but things are in motion where your life is never going to be the same again. But the Death card is giving you reassurance that maybe you can't see what's coming in for you, but know and understand that what's coming in for you is bringing you that breath of fresh air. It's bringing you new life. It's bringing you resurrection, right? It's like the springtime that's coming from that harsh winter. You're going to see so many things like just life, color, excitement, coming into your life, coming into your existence. And so just remind yourself that some things you may be releasing might not feel so great right now, but those seeds are growing. Those seeds are growing, and you're going to come into this figurative springtime. You're going to see lots of new things blooming and lots of new energy, new life coming in. You might want to check out your moon, sun, and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon, sun, or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a link in the description to the scheduling page if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for November are linked in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.